the largest and most powerful family controlled by Uncle Po and his Red Pole leaders. Sleeping Dogs is an open-world action game developed by Square Enix that beckons back the True Crime and Grand Theft Auto franchises. You play as Wei Shen, a San Francisco police officer who grew up in Hong Kong's Old Prosperity District alongside several of the Sun On Yee's gangsters. Wei has been reassigned to enter the Triad as a foot soldier in order to gain condemning evidence on the Red Poles and eventually Uncle Po. Action is Sleeping Dogs' main focus, and the opening scene sets the tone for much of the game's fast-paced gameplay. A choreographed action cinematic shows Wei participating in a drug deal busted by the police, and after fleeing from HKPD with some Assassin's Creed-worthy parkour, he's captured and thrown in jail. While he's there, Wei meets up with his childhood friend, Jackie Ma, a new Sun On Yee recruit who introduces Wei to his primary target, a Red Pole named Winston Chu. Much of the game's first half deals with an escalating turf fight between Winston and another Red Pole, Dog Eyes. The first few hours are spent doing basic foot soldier tasks, collecting protection money, killing rival gangsters, and pulling heists. Alongside these tasks are police investigations and numerous Triad-related errands throughout Hong Kong, such as street racing. As the game progresses, Wei begins to lose his grip on his personal reality and begins to succumb to the pressure of living a double life of an undercover officer. Each task will award money, which is used to purchase clothes, food, and cars, and experience points with both the police and the Triads. Causing public property damage and killing innocents will decrease the amount of police experience awarded at the end of each mission, and killing rival gangsters in unique and creative ways will increase the amount of experience gained with the Triads. The experience points allow Wei to purchase combat upgrades. These range from an increase in damage with melee weapons to martial art techniques like tackling and disarming opponents. Furthermore, throughout the city are hidden statues Wei can bring to his childhood martial arts instructor, who will in turn teach him new techniques such as breaking arms and legs. Most of the game is spent fighting hand to hand, and the combat system works really well. Combat is nearly identical to Rocksteady's Batman Arkham series. Basic punches and kicks are allocated to one button, and with another one to grappling and throwing. One of the neat combat mechanics is environmental use. Wei can grapple and then throw enemies into the surrounding environmental hazards, be it AC fans, dumpsters, off of buildings, into deep fryers, or even fish tanks. There are a lot of unique ways to dispose of enemies. Sleeping Dogs does a lot of things very well. The action sequences are fun and change up frequently in style, giving the game a different pace each time, and the plot, although incredibly predictable, is enjoyable to play through. Furthermore, the game has well over 70 hours of content. However, there are some serious oversights that plague the experience. The foremost is accountability. It took murdering around 200 people by using a double-decker bus as a human lawnmower to get the police's attention, and even then, escaping them is only a simple task. Besides decreasing the amount of police experience gained, doing heinous crimes has no consequences. Although the game's artistic style is elegant, everything looks just as good in cutscenes as it does out of them. Lip syncing is typically done poorly or is completely non-existent. The voice acting, however, is quite good, but the writing is subpar, relying too heavily upon profanity, and the characters frequently switch in between Chinese and English, forcing you to play with the subtitles on if you want to keep up with dialogue. However, my biggest gripe is the game's lack of emotional appeal. Sleeping Dogs takes itself pretty seriously, but throughout all the action scenes and the very heavy use of cinematic storytelling, I found myself not caring about the characters. When particular people are killed, or Wei is wreaked with mental challenges as to where his loyalty lies, none of it seems to matter.